the morning, you patriots with outstanding testicular fortitude. I always say that because every now and then when my mama watches these videos, she's like, why do you gotta say testicular fortitude? Love you, mama. Now, I know all y'all are gonna be grilling some meat for Memorial Day. You can get your meat locked in right now. I'm getting the steakhouse box. This stuff is incredible. If you subscribe, you get 2 ribeyes every single month for the rest of the year, y'all. Go to backyardbutchers.com/buddy and get an additional 20% off. I tell you all the time, I try to consume twice as much meat so a vegan out there somewhere isn't making a difference. Backyardbutchers.com/buddy. Get it in and get it by Memorial Day. All right, I don't know if we're gonna have this conversation, but the more I thought about it, I just said, hell with it, we're going for it. As you know, Harrison Butker, the kicker of the Kansas City Chiefs, ignited a whole new generational conversation. I want to tell y'all that I have completely changed my mind. I've always held the belief that a woman deserves a great, kind, nice man who ideally has enough money to where he takes care of her, and the ultimate goal is, if she wants to, she can stay home and be a homemaker. If that's what she wants to do. And if she wants to do that, she can do it and thrive. But I've actually changed my tune just a little bit on this. I don't believe that feminists count as real women. They are a cheap copy. I don't believe that OnlyFans models count as real women. That's also a cheap copy. A real woman does not deny the sacred nature of being feminine, y'all. So if you see a girl who desperately wants to be masculine and dominant and aggressive in every single inch of her life, I don't think there's a place for her at the home in a loving, caring, nurturing manner, because she doesn't deserve that. I think the feminists deserve exactly what they want, which is to be equal to a man. They need to be out there with Bubba, Leroy, and Pedro laying concrete somewhere so that they can use their backs, not their minds, and get all the benefits of true manhood and equality. Let her be out there in the summer sun sweating with grease all over her hands, because if she wants to be equal to a man, she deserves all the suffering that comes with manhood. Meanwhile, feminine women, y'all, if they choose and they're able with their family's income to stay home and run the house and run the kids and have a side job also that she's passionate about, and while she's working at home, if she wants to do that, I think is absolutely beautiful. The Babylon Bee had quite possibly one of the greatest newspaper parody articles I've ever seen, where it had a picture of Harrison Butker up at the top and it said, "Feminists warn young girls against marrying rich, muscular football stars who take care of all their needs and praise them in speeches." It's freaking priceless. The 2 women in my lifetime that are closest to me, my mom and my wife. As a kid, my mom stayed home, just like many Gen X, just like many early millennial kids did, and she was able to take care of all that. And I'll tell you right now, it was absolutely massive knowing that if I got hurt or if I got in trouble, mama was at home, she was just a block away, and she was gonna help me, at least get me to daddy, the hospital or wherever she needed to get me to, and have that security net, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful growing up that way. Now, my wife has also been able to stay home for the last few years. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, she's way smarter than me. She's absolutely way up here when I'm just trying to keep up. Probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever known, hardworking and unbelievably driven. Matter of fact, all the behind scenes stuff that we do is run by her. A few months before his death, John Wayne gave one of his most infamous interviews of all time to Barbara Walters. Maybe you caught this one, but it's one of my favorite interviews of all time, when she asked him point blank, "Do you think a man's place is at work and a woman's place is at home?" In perfect John Wayne fashion, he answered, "I think if society would have been able to let the man just go to work and be able to take care of the whole household on one income, it would have benefited pretty much everyone." He said, if you keep the woman in the house, she's there to raise your kids, not the government. Barbara Walters did not like that at all. She really pressed him over and over and over to see if she could get John Wayne to backtrack his answer. The Duke doubled down. Now, I'm a realist, and I understand that it is 2024, not 1972, and a lot of times it doesn't feel like we need 2 incomes, it feels like we need 4. Amen? But that doesn't mean the dream has to go away. That doesn't mean that we got to forget the fact that the society and this whole country was infinitely happier back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s than the freak show we got going on now. I know a lot of stay-at-home mamas who work part-time, but they're still in the house and they're there for the kids. Matter of fact, if you order from Backyard Butchers, the sponsor of this video, I guarantee you 100% it was packaged and the order was filled by stay-at-home mamas. God bless America. It doesn't mean you don't stay busy. It doesn't mean that you're an ornament, ladies. It doesn't mean that you're not intelligent or accomplished. Quite the opposite. I just told you about my wife, the smartest person I've ever known. Mamas make our worlds go round, and without them, we're all screwed. And guys, you know dadgum well I'm telling the truth. I guess I'll never understand how feminists can be mad at a guy like Harrison Butker, but advocate for a guy with 10 different baby mamas and 10 different babies. But it's a wild world we live in. God bless y'all. Be good.